Hey, what's going on, everybody? I hope you guys had a good weekend. Today I was watching some videos and I came across some responses to a video that 2011 teenage mom, young lady named Vanessa, made about teen parents having more children. And a lot of people were like really angry at her about her stance on a lot of the YouTube mothers and just teenage mothers in general who keep having multiple children. And she didn't call any names, she didn't bash anybody, and I won't as well, because that's not the purpose of this response. It's just to make those aware and to just shed a light on, this whole disturbing trend of teenagers who think is cool to procreate. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, they're so responsible and they're this and that. Okay, whatever you want to say, they are children. People keep forgetting that very important fact about being a teenager. A teenager does not say you're an adult. You are still a child, Now, for those of teen parents who are out there saying, oh, I'm grown and this and that and the next, okay, let's discuss what being grown is all about. According to the government, you aren't grown until you are recognized by the I, the R, and the S. Now, when you can file taxes and claim your damn self and whatever children you bring into this world, then you are an adult. Until you can file a tax return, you are still considered a minor. So that's all cleared up. Now, the video pretty much that the young lady Vanessa put up, pretty much just stated, that you have a responsibility, especially you popular teen moms out there who are on here, in my opinion, lying your behinds off on how you conceived in the first place, which I think is completely and utterly irresponsible. Tell the damn truth. Stop lying. Stop getting on here lying, saying that your birth control failed and you just got pregnant by accident, because we all know how sex happens, how it transpires. You do not bump into somebody and get pregnant. You do not bump into somebody and slip and fall on their penis or vagina. It's a process that goes into it, and you shouldn't even be having sex in the first place. But I won't be archaic. I will be up with the times. It is 2013, and you ain't gonna find a whole bunch of teenagers that are just not doing something. Whether it's either oral sex or they're actually doing it, they're doing something. And there's no way around it. I don't care how strict your parents are. I don't care how much, rules you have. If a child wants to have sex, they're going to have sex, and they don't give a damn who say what, when, or why. But if you're a popular teen mom, I would expect you to at least, since you have all this time on your hands to make YouTube videos and share your experience, at least educate them on how to not get pregnant. They're gonna have sex anyway, that is clear. But at least say, look, this is what you need to do. If you don't know, Google. And in my opinion, these kids today, if you can Facebook, Twitter, Formspring, Instagram, make YouTube videos, and some of them are really good as far as the editing, and they have intros. And if you could do all that, you can type in www.google.com and type in how to have sex without getting pregnant. To me, I think that's simple. But I think it's irresponsible. I understand things happen and kids do things, condoms break, birth control does fail in a lot of situations. But when your birth control fails the first time and you continue to use the same birth control that failed the last time and have 2 and 3 more children and, portray that as an accident, then you're full of shit. And I'm just going to put it on out there. You can say whatever you want to say. You can say I'm being mean, but whatever. You full of it. And stop lying to these people on YouTube. because it's not just grown people that are watching your channel, it's little kids too. And I was watching a video of another teen mom where she was saying that these little girls were emailing her and sending her messages talking about, oh, they're ready to be a mom and they're ready to have a kid and all this. No, you are not. You are a child. You're not ready to, half of y'all can't even get a job without a parental consent. You're not ready to have children. I know a lot of people say, well, there are some adults that are not ready to have kids either. And you're absolutely right. There are some adults that are irresponsible as hell. But as a child, you are not ready to take on that responsibility. Especially if you're making that decision to have sex and all you worried about is pregnancy. You may get something that don't wash off, that antibiotics won't cure. It's not just about getting pregnant. Your goal may be to get pregnant, but you may get something else, And so I salute Miss Vanessa for speaking out. I know there's a lot of popular YouTube teen mothers on here and everybody loves them, and I like one or two of them because I feel like they took on the responsibility and they doing the damn thing and they're raising their kids unapologetically, and they're doing a great job at it, and I salute them. But I don't like the dishonesty that's going through, because as I'm watching the videos and I'm listening to how you justify and try to explain how birth control can fail, especially, and that shows your maturity, because in an adult mind, if I used a birth control that failed on me, I ain't using that birth control no more. Why would you keep using the same birth control that failed the last time, and then 1 year or 2 years exactly, you just pop up pregnant again, and you expect the whole world to believe that you got pregnant by accident? Stop it. Stop it. Because you're not fooling nobody but you. And to those of you out there who feel like, oh, I'm a teenager and I'm mature and I know how to have sex and I'm not going to get pregnant. Okay, cool. When you decide, whenever you decide to make that decision to have sex, please understand that it's not just you that's going to be dealing with the consequences of your decision. It's your parents. Because guess who has the insurance, health insurance in their name? Your parents. The co-payments, the doctor visits, the medicine, the hospital stay, that all falls on them. They don't come after you for the money. They come after your parents. And for those of you who are a pain in the ass, I know, and you being 16, 17, your parents are counting the months and the days until you get out of their house. And for you to go out there and be irresponsible and have sex and put another burden on them, they may not vocalize it to you. They, may be completely supportive and say, I support you, you made a mistake, or whatever. But when they have their private conversations between the spouses, or if you're, have a single mother, a single father, they have to sit down and try to budget your irresponsibility into their life. And I would never say that a child is a mistake. The act of sex is the mistake that I am referring to. Hear me good. No child is a mistake. Your child, if you were able to conceive a child, that child was supposed to be here. Because trust me, if the Lord don't want you to have a baby, you ain't gonna have one. But if the Lord gives you that gift, your child is not a mistake. Now, the act of you having sex, well, I don't really think sex is a mistake either, because it's too much involved in having sex. And I ain't gonna go blow by blow, but we all know that you can't slip and fall on nobody's penis or vagina. It's a lot of things that go inside having sex. And when you're a teenager, you have to plan it well, because you don't have your own place. So it ain't no mistake. You knew what you were doing. This is 2013. Nobody is clueless. Nobody is clueless on what happens, because you got the internet, you got YouTube, you got all these different things out here that don't sugarcoat at all how to conceive a child. So if you try to pretend like, well, I didn't know, okay. It's a very small percentage of you people out there that really didn't know. But for the most part, you know exactly what you're doing. And I don't feel sorry for you at all. I don't feel sorry for you. And I think it's a shame that you take advantage of your parents and your guardians in that way. You should be ashamed of yourself. And you should also use it as a learning experience as well. Now, for those of you who have one child and you raising your child, you took responsibility for what you did. You didn't hide behind, any kind of, lies. You just told it straight up, look, man, you're just fooling around and, condom broke, or I didn't take my birth control and here we are. It is what it is. It happened. We're going to deal with it and we're going to move on with our lives. Now, for those of you who are painting this happy, beautiful picture and saying these, oh, well, yeah, I used this birth control and, it didn't work when I had my first kid. And, now that my kid is a year old and we had this big party 1 month later, surprise. No, don't even try it. Don't even try it. Because if you can remain pregnancy free for a year or 2 years, come on now. Stop playing. And I know a lot of people are going to disagree or whatever, but I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm just saying, even though you may not consider yourself a role model, you have a lot of viewers out there that view your videos, look up to you, and even in some weird way want to be like you. You know what I'm saying? So you have a responsibility to not just share, your experiences, but actually, talk to them and be like, look, don't be like me. This is hard. This is not easy. But from a lot of the ones I see, they don't even say it's hard. They just say it's like the best thing in the world. Then they have the online baby showers, the baby hauls, and then people just, they just glamorize it to the 10th degree. And kids are impressionable. If they see something with an ounce of popularity, they want to do it. They want to be like that person, whether it's negative or not. Because popularity sells. It could be like the worst thing ever. Like them people's on that show Jackass who jump off of roofs and break bones and stuff. It's the craziest thing ever, but it's popular, so kids like, oh, I can do that. I can jump off the roof and break my bones too. Like, why? And so, I know a couple of them, teen mothers, they're like, oh, I don't want to be I'm living my life and I'm doing what I want to do. Okay, that's fine and good. But if you really want to be honest, you have help. You either have your family's help or you have government help or your significant other has help. You have some help, So my thing is that I'm glad she spoke out. I have been thinking about, this subject for quite some time. And I think it's sad. Because who wants to be a grandmother at 30, 35, 40? Grandmamas are supposed to be old. They're supposed to enjoy their children and then, have that opportunity to enjoy their grandchildren. Not help you raise them. That's not fair. That's not fair. That's selfish. So selfish. Especially those of you who know that your parents will break their backs to support you and help you. That is selfish and you should be ashamed. Okay, you have one baby. Get on birth control, research it. If you can put up a video, edit it, and do all these fancy things, then you can research your body and find out what you can do not to get pregnant again. I'm not saying that you're not going to ever have sex again, you can be celibate, because that's not reality. You're going to have sex again, but be responsible and be honest, because it's not just adults that are watching your videos, it's kids, and they don't have the mental capacity to understand that what you're doing is wrong. It's clearly wrong. You can say whatever you want to say. What you're doing is wrong by glamorizing it and having baby after baby after baby after baby and making it seem like it's the coolest thing on the planet. And for those of you who are going to comment and say, oh, I didn't say nobody's name. If you feel like you fall into that category and you personalize it, that's your business. That's on you. I didn't call nobody's name. I didn't, speak about anybody's personal situation, but it's just getting ridiculous. There's nobody educating on abstinence and just being celibate and waiting. You know what's cool? What's cool is you graduating from high school. What's cool is you getting either a trade, going to college, and you being 21, 22 with your own place, own car, taking care of your damn self, and even lending your parents a couple of dollars here and there. That's cool. What's not cool is having baby after baby and making a bunch of YouTube videos, glamorizing it, making it seem like it's the best thing since sliced cake. It's not. It's really not. And in 10 years, you'll get it. Now, you're not going to get it. You don't understand that you are a completely different person, between the years. 5 years, 10 years, you're not the same person. And plus, we don't want kids raising kids because there are certain values, there are certain things that you want to instill in your children. But if you have a child that is pretty much growing up with you, there are some things that you can't teach them because you don't even know yourself. Now, I'm not saying that all teen parents are bad. No, there are some people who do a magnificent job. Magnificent job. There are some adults that do a horrible job, but we're not talking about them. We're talking about teen parents. Especially the popular ones who are on YouTube, and who I feel have a larger platform to educate, not just brag about your situation or just show everybody your situation or whatever and make it just look so hunky-dory. Tell them the real deal. Tell them how the kid stays up all night long. Tell them how the boyfriend just decided he didn't want to deal with you no more and he just left. Or he just wanted to be a teenager. He just wanted to live his life. But my thing is just be honest about your situation. Be honest about your situation. And try to use your position to educate. Now, if you feel like you just putting your life out there and you don't have no type of responsibility to tell nobody nothing, then you know what? You are what you are. You are what you are. And I just think it's a shame that you publicizing this kind of behavior. And it's cool. It's not cool for kids to have sex. I don't know where people think that that's just the coolest thing. Like this little girl was on there, teen mother, she just had a baby and she wants to discuss sex after a baby. I don't want to hear that shit from no child. I don't want to hear about your sex life from no 15, 16-year-old after you have a baby. I don't want to hear about that. That's inappropriate. It's inappropriate. But it's the signs of the times. Times are changing. People don't have an issue with teenagers having sex. I do. So say what you want, say what you will. For those of you, my subscribers, if you have an opinion on this growing trend of teenagers who are having sex and who are having not just one baby, but multiple children, and they think it's fine, let me know what you think down below. And I'm going to leave my email address, my YouTube email address, so that if you have more to say or you want to post a video, whatever you want to do in response to this video, you're entitled to your opinion. If you are disrespectful, delete, block, move on. I don't respond to disrespectful people, so you can say what you want to say. I'm just going to delete it and block it. So that's how that goes. So kudos, Miss Vanessa. I'm so glad that you were brave enough to respond to this growing issue, that seems to be overwhelming YouTube right now. And I congratulate you for being a responsible teen mother. From what I see, you seem responsible. If you're not, only one the Lord knows, but I'm glad that you spoke out against, about this particular situation, because it is starting to get a little ridiculous. Because I'm looking at some of these teenagers on here, and they just look like little babies. Half of them not even all the way developed yet, but they're having sex. Where is your mama? Where is your dad? Who do you live with? How do you have this much freedom to just, how do they not know what you're doing? I don't know. I'll never understand that. But this is 2013. You can't prevent it. But to me, I feel like if you educate, then you can't come to me and say, oh, I made a mistake. Because you knew better. You knew better. Okay, things happen. We deal with it. But to continue to have baby after baby after baby and keep calling them accidents and mistakes, that ain't cool. It's not cool. So, I'm leaving now because I gotta go pick up my husband. And so let me know what y'all think. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.